Hello, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, just pop down the bottom, click subscribe, turn the little bell on, and it'll be fantastic to have you as part of my channel. So today's video is a highly requested one. I haven't got around to doing it yet, so I am very excited to share this with you because it's took me a little while to put it all together. So every recipe that is going to be featured is just a quick, easy, simple recipe that you can do in a slow cooker. It's healthy, it's Slim and Well friendly, they're lower calorie, whatever plan you're doing. If you just want to eat better or you want to lose a little bit of weight, then this could potentially help you. So if you'd like to see some slow cooker recipes that'll feed the whole family, then keep watching. So today I'm making a hearty beef stew. I've already pan fried off the beef, so I've got some extra lean stewing steak, pan fried that off. Then I've put in a large onion, 2 carrots, some parsnips, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 teaspoons of thyme, 500 millilitres of beef stock, tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and some potato and some swede, and then just some seasoning. And then after about, I'll probably give it about 2 hours, and then I'll pop the butter beans in because I don't want them to be too mushy, and then I'll top it with some parsley, and that is completely sin-free. So that's it all pretty much cooked. I did add another stock cube, so I've used 2 beef stock pots. So these are much better than the cubes. They're just far tastier. And then what I'm going to do, once it's served, I'm going to just pop some parsley on top. So just to give it a bit more flavour, I'm also going to add a teaspoon of Coleman's mustard powder. And that's the final beef stew. So these are the ingredients for the Bolognese, which I'm going to put in the slow cooker. I'm going to use corn mince today because it needs using and I've got some, but normally I'd either use turkey mince or beef mince. If I use beef mince, I'd fry it off first and then put it into the slow cooker. But with turkey mince, you don't really need to, and corn mince, you definitely don't need to. What I love about this is that it's really high in protein. So I used to eat a lot of this when I originally lost my weight. So it's corn mince, seasoning, tomato puree, a carton of passata. I'm going to put mushrooms and onions in there, a beef stock pot, loads and loads of mixed herbs, or you can use Italian herbs. And then you've got Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar, I can't remember if I've already said tomato puree, and then 2 cloves of garlic. So literally just chop the mushrooms, chop the onions, put the corn mince in, chuck in the passata. It's better than chopped tomatoes because it's not as watery. A whole beef stock pot, loads of splashes of Worcestershire sauce, loads of herbs, you don't have to weigh and measure, a big squidge of tomato puree, and then a splash of balsamic vinegar, and that's it. So because I'm putting this on around, I think it's about 11 o'clock now, I'm going to leave it on low heat. If I had less time to cook it, then I would put it on high, but this will be on until about 7:15 to 9. It's a little tip as well, while I remember, try not to keep lifting the lid all the time and stirring it, because every time you lift the lid, you're letting more moisture into it, so you'll make the dish more watery. Okay, so that's the Bolognese all done, and I'm just going to have it with some pasta and some salad. So I've just had it with some rocket, like Italian salad, and then the pasta, and then the Bolognese on top with a little bit of basil and some reduced fat cheese. So it's completely sin-free if you count the cheese as your healthy extra. Cheese is obviously completely optional. So I'm making Mexican pork pozole, and you can also do this with chicken. It's absolutely beautiful chicken. I don't follow this recipe. I just chuck it all into the slow cooker because I just find it's easier. So it's 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic granules, some pork, 1 large onion, some chili flakes, half a teaspoon of chipotle paste, 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, 500 ml of chicken stock, 1 teaspoon of oregano, a can of sweet corn, and 400 grams of lentils. I just chuck the whole lot into the dish, as you'll have seen me do earlier, and then I whack it on high and I leave it on all day. So just throw all of your spices, your oregano, garlic, chili, cumin, smoked paprika, some chipotle paste, 500 ml of chicken stock, tomato puree, pork steaks, lentils and sweet corn. Just fire it all in and leave it on all day. I can't even describe to you how stunning this smells. We're steaming it. If you like Mexican food, you are gonna absolutely love this. It's not a pretty dish, I'm not gonna lie, but it's all about how it tastes, isn't it, guys? So this is the final dish with all the lentils, the slow cooked pork, sweet corn, etc. You can leave the sweet corn and lentils and put it in at the end, but I didn't bother. I just whacked it all in at the beginning. It smells absolutely amazing. It tastes so good. I've had mine with salad and quinoa, but normally you'd probably serve something like this with rice, and then you could have like a coleslaw side. It really is up to you, and like I said, you can do it with pork, you can do it with chicken, whatever you like. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited to eat it. So today's slow cooker recipe is one of my favourite ever recipes, and you don't have to do these in the slow cooker, but they work so well. And this is going to be my Tex Mex chili. So for my chili, I use turkey mince because it's less than 2% fat. You can use corn, you can make a vegetable chili, or you can use beef mince. It's entirely up to you, but I prefer to use turkey, and everybody loves my Tex Mex chili. My friends and family all really love it using turkey, so give it a go if you've never tried it. So for this recipe, you're going to need turkey mince, a green pepper, some onion, a chili, some garlic, a carton of passata, kidney beans in chili sauce, which I get from Tesco, and then smoked paprika, cinnamon, cumin and cayenne pepper. So the turkey mince has already gone into the slow cooker, and then what I'm going to do now is just put a clove of garlic into it. So I prefer to use fresh stuff for garlic and chili. I just think it's nicer. This isn't one that I would give the boys just because it's going to be too fiery for them. I like a bit of a kick to my chilies, and obviously the boys would just need it to be really mild. And because it's going in the slow cooker, I can't cook. Sorry about that, that was my phone. But because it's going into the slow cooker, I can't cook it separately because I want all the flavours to infuse at the same time. So it wouldn't really work adding the chilli to it later because I use fresh chilli. So I'm just gonna chop the garlic up, just roughly chop it. I'm not like really accurate when it comes to weighing and measuring everything. I just like to bung it all in because I just think it's so much easier. So clove of garlic goes in with the turkey mince. Obviously make sure you wash your hands after you've handled the turkey mince. I'm sure you know that anyway, but sometimes in the past I've had comments saying, did you wash your hands? I'm like, of course I wash my hands, especially at the moment with everything that's going on. And washing your hands is even more important than ever, isn't it? I think everyone's obsessed with washing their hands at the moment, which is never a bad thing. So I'm just going to peel the onion, get all the skin off the onion. Okay. Now I'm putting this on actually after lunch, but I won't be eating until about 7 o'clock. So I am going to put it on high. If you were going to work and you were putting this on in the morning and not eating it until you get back in, I would just put it on low. My slow cooker has also got a warm option, so once it's ready you can just turn it to warm, and yeah, good to go. Let's just get rid of some of this mess. bubbling away. Oh, we're gonna get steamy again. And it's all done. I gave it a stir a couple of times throughout the day, but you know, it's not essential at all that you stir it, but it just gets rid of some of the water that you get, but you can do that when you get home. So the slow cooked chili is all done. I'm gonna have mine with cauliflower rice, and Chris will have his with regular rice. So that's the chili all served up with cauliflower rice, a bit of salad and some leftover coleslaw that I'd made. Completely sin free, not a single sin inside. I've just topped it with some coriander. So I really hope you like this chili. Don't forget, if you do make it, tag me in your stories because I love resharing things like this. So yeah, make sure you tag me if you're watching this video or if you recreate the chili. So today's recipe is going to be chicken and mushroom fricassee. So a French style dish, beautiful, nice and creamy. Something you perhaps wouldn't think about doing in the slow cooker, but it actually works really well. So you're going to need some leeks and you're going to need some carrots. And then we need mushrooms, garlic. We need paprika. So I've got that there, just gone for regular paprika, not the smoked paprika. You're also going to need some fresh thyme, ideally, some chicken, bay leaves, some chicken stock, and then cork and corn flour. And again, it's just a bung it all in type dish, but you put the cork in at the end. So yeah, we'll just get cracking. I'm just going to go wash my hands and then get all this prepped. Okay, so all the prep's done. In the slow cooker currently, I have got the 2 large leeks that have been chopped up. I've got 3 carrots which have been chopped up in total. Mushrooms, use whatever you want. 2 cloves of garlic which has been crushed. And then I've got the paprika, so just over a teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of thyme, you can use dried or fresh, bit of salt and pepper, the chicken, and then I've also got 3 bay leaves in there and 250 millilitres of chicken stock. Leave that, I'm going to leave it on high because I'm putting it on at midday. If it was on the morning, I'd put it on low if it was going to be on all day. And then at the last 30 minutes, what I'm going to do is mix 2 level tablespoons of corn flour with some water and make a paste. And then that'll be chucked in there just to thicken it up. And then right at the end, I'll put 4 tablespoons of cork in just before serving. Mix that up and that'll give it like the creamy texture. And then I'll just top it with a little bit more thyme and serve it. So I've just measured out 2 tablespoons of corn flour and mixed it with some water to make a paste. And now that's going in for the last half an hour. Then once that's in, we'll give it a good stir. That's all the cork stirred in. Slow cooker dishes never look pretty. But once this is served, I'll put some extra, we're steaming it up, some extra thyme over the top, and you can have it with whatever you want. Normally people tend to have this sort of thing with mash, but you can have it with rice, you can have it with pasta, totally up to you. So that's the finished dish. This is Chris's portion with the mounds of mash. That's mine and it smells absolutely incredible. I actually gave it the boys for dinner as well. They've had plenty of other full fat stuff today. They've had full fat yogurt, they've had butter on their jacket potato, etc. So yeah, I gave them that and they ate it. I was really, really pleased because it's got vegetables in. Sometimes they're a bit fussy about eating veg, but they loved it. So it'd be, for adults following Slimming World, it'd be half a sin per portion, and that's just for the corn flour. But you do need the corn flour because it does really help to thicken it up.